Hey guys, how's it going? I'm the Tmeister and welcome back to 5 Builders, 1 City, the series where I'm collaborating with 4 other creators to make something really awesome on this map. So guys, for this round, we're doing something that's called Switcheroo for round 2. Now, I'm hovering over City Planner Plays area, and that is because I am playing in his area for this round. Now in this round, guys, I want to focus more on tourism and managing the tourism that's coming into town. So last episode, Biffa created the Anchor City Park. Now it's just a massive collection of a bunch of wonder buildings, and just look at how many tourists all of these buildings are pulling into the city. That's just crazy. I mean, there's some commercial mixed in, but all of these plazas and buildings and everything are just pulling in a ton of tourists. And however, the road is managing it quite well, along with this train station here. But I think that with the population of our city, so we're almost at 60,000 people in the city. This is getting to a big city status in Cities Skylines. You know, this is a pretty big city for Cities Skylines. I think we're due for an airport in the city. So I got all this land to play around with. Of course, I can go into other areas too, there's no problem there, but I have all of this available land, and what I want to do is place down an airport. So I think I'm going to go ahead and place it in this empty space right here. I have plenty of room. The terrain looks relatively flat. I'm probably going to have to terraform a little bit just to fit this airport because it's going to be pretty massive. And another thing I'm going to have to worry about too is how am I going to connect this airport to the rest of the map. And I think the way I'm going to do that is connect it, maybe have like a Y interchange over here, because you know this stretch of highway is really long. I have a ton of room to play with. I think that's the approach I'm going to go with. And of course I have a rail line here so I can provide some really easy access to the airport. So let's go ahead, guys, and start off by removing some of these trees, because they are in the way. I don't want to remove them all though, because you know it kind of looks nice, but I mean worst case I can place them back down again. And let's go ahead and I'm just gonna search the word airport here, and I'm going for the big metropolitan airport, guys. This thing is going to be massive. My plan for the airport is not only to have passenger traffic, but I want it to accommodate some rail traffic as well, or you know, some freight traffic in general. So yeah, the airport, if our highway connection is going to be over here, I probably want the airport to be kind of in this orientation, or maybe on this side would look better. No, I kind of like it this way here, because then the highway kind of follows, you know, the same pattern as the runways. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to terraform this whole thing because I can't place this airport anywhere. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna get my flatten out tool. It's relatively smooth. I don't think it should disturb the terrain that much. But let's see here. So let's start off by flattening out all of this and all of this as well. Oh, okay. Maybe we do have a little bit of an incline. Yeah, it looks like we do. I might end up having a big cliff here. This might be a little weird, but I'm gonna flatten everything out anyway. Maybe just kind of zigzagging a little bit here, just so the hill looks a little more natural. And then I'm gonna get my smoothing out tool, or soften tool, and I'm just gonna soften this hill as much as I can, just to make it look nice and smooth and natural, just so it looks like it's part of the actual map. But man, this is a big hill. It's gonna make for a little bit of a challenge too, with this highway right here, but it shouldn't be too bad. And okay, let's try to place down the airport. Let's see how this fits now. Okay, so we're able to place it, and I'm gonna go ahead and plop it down right about here. I think that looks pretty decent. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove these trees though. because having trees directly in line with a runway is never really a good thing. I can keep some of them though. Just at least remove the ones that are in the way of the runway. There. And there we have it. Okay, so there's the main terminal, but along with the main terminal, we're gonna have a cargo airport hub. And I want it to be in the same orientation. Of course, it's gonna be flipped around because I want these two runways to be parallel. But before I can do that, there's something else I have to do here, guys, real quick, and that's, I'm gonna set up our highway access real quick here, just to make sure we have that covered. And then once the highway access is done, then we can, you know, move on to other things. But actually, let me do this first. How am I gonna connect this main highway connector to the airport? I don't wanna make things too complicated because the airport already comes with its own set of roads here. Normally I would make, like, you know, an arrivals and departures loop and make all these complicated, unnecessary things to make it look cool. But I'm just gonna try to keep things as simple as possible with this build. And maybe I can just go for a simple roundabout. You know, let's just try to keep things as simple and efficient as possible. I'm gonna bring this in. Plop this down right here. Remove these connectors. And I think, yeah, this is a road. That's not a one-way. But to prevent two-way traffic, I'm gonna go ahead and place one-way connections like this. Okay, and then the highway is going to come in parallel to all of this. So here, let me place down a road first so I can get everything nice and straight. Just like that. And then like this. And something like this. Now, hopefully this roundabout is able to manage traffic well, because I'm assuming this area is going to get quite busy, especially with the cargo terminal that I'm going to place down. I'm kind of worried about that, but I'm going to build it like this anyways. And if we notice that, you know, traffic is becoming a problem here, somebody will fix it. You know, Biffa will swoop around again and fix all of our traffic issues. Or maybe City Planner Plays can figure out a better way to get all this connected. But, you know, I think that this roundabout should suffice for quite some time, at least to begin with. Now, I find these rows are a little close to the runway, so I'm just going to swoop off to the right just a little bit here. And then this is going to come down the hill and connect to the highway. And for the highway, actually, let's do that. Let's do that right. Let's start off with that. Let's build a nice Y interchange to connect the airport to the rest of civilization. I feel like the highway pieces are not behaving like they normally do. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Yeah, look at that. That's not... Oh my god, this is why. You guys were probably screaming at your monitors for like 5 minutes. Oh well, forgive me for that, guys. Just not really paying attention. Oh, what the heck? I had straight slope on. Oh, whatever. We'll fix that. So let's have a bridge. Perfect. And then go back to ground level. And then we'll bring this along like this. There, that looks much better. There we are. Once we found the problem, everything was all fixed. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna raise this all the way up to maybe 12 meters should do. Oh yeah, that should be plenty. It's probably more than enough. Looks like I screwed up the start of that segment there, but we'll fix that. Not a problem, guys. We have move it. We're all set. And there you have it. There's your nice Y connector. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but you know what? It's far from the worst. Oh, I'll just have to fix this up here because there's no car that's gonna fit under that. Oh. It looks like we have like some sort of camera mod installed now. I'm not sure what the name of this camera mod is, but it's a little bit more trickier now to navigate around the map, and I think we need this mod in order for the game to work. So it makes it a little bit more challenging for me because I don't really use any camera mods except like first person camera mod, I think. There, we'll bring this up. So this is nice and smooth. And this slope here is pretty aggressive, so we're gonna smooth this out. I'm not really sure why this segment was elevated in the first place, but that's okay. There, and now we're all set to connect all of this up. So I'm gonna grab my 2-lane segment, and then let's bring it in just like this. Alright, and there's our highway access, guys. Not the worst interchange I've ever made. That's not too bad. I would probably like redesign this exit here, though. I find it's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it as is. It's really not too bad. Okay, so now let's get into the cargo hub. And for the cargo hub, I want to make this as efficient as I possibly can to prevent any traffic bottlenecks. But I think that's going to be easier said than done. Yeah, so let's get into our one-ways. And I want to connect this up similar to how I did the initial terminal. Something like this. Just, you know, it looks kind of cool. Okay. Now these are one way, so at least traffic for the cargo terminal is going to have to go around the traffic circle and into the cargo hub. So I'm fairly certain that like this segment, especially right here, is going to get quite clogged up. But we'll just see how it goes. If there's any sort of traffic issues in the future, I'm sure that this can all be redone. So let's go ahead and place our cargo hub. Let's place it. I wonder where the trucks actually spawn in. If I place it like right in the middle here, I'm hoping that like trucks go into the station and then come out of the station along this segment, but we'll just observe how things are going on, and you know, we'll adjust the airport accordingly afterwards. Another thing that I thought about as well, so rather than just having one connection into the airport, I think we can do with 2 connections. There's not a ton of traffic going along this national road here. I don't think providing a second connection along this, like this stretch of road here, connecting direct to the airport. I don't think that's going to create any bottlenecking or any traffic issues. So I'm going to pause the game real quick. Get rid of this curve. And then bring this all the way into the airport. Like I said, I don't think that's going to create any traffic bottlenecking, but we'll see. Okay, there we go. Just like that, straight down the middle. And play. All right, well, there we have it. This is the basic layout for the airport. I think what we should do next, though, is provide water and power to the airport, of course. Now, water availability is low. Saying there's sewage. We may want to deal with that. How do we do this now? I think I might just connect up to Geneva's water system. I mean, it is connected to the rest of the map, but I think a direct connection from Geneva would be good. Now, here, I'm gonna do City Planner a service here. I'm not gonna run, like in my mind, I was about to just do this, but of course having a water pipe underneath a main runway is probably not the best thing that you want. Imagine the traffic delays that would cause in the event of a main break. So let's just run a pipe directly to the airport from here, and let's just follow the usual, under the road pipes, just like it should be in real life. Now, does this actually provide water to the rest of the airport? I think that's good. As long as part of the terminal is underwater, then we're probably all right. But now we need power, and power is a little tricky because I don't want power lines to interfere with any of the runways, but I think if I just run some power lines, well, maybe I can connect to this line over here. If I'm this far from the runway, I don't think that should pose any issues. So let's just run a line from over here. And then, where do I want this to join up? Maybe like right here down the middle. I'm probably not going to build anything there anyway, so... Oh. There. And we'll connect everything up just like that. See? No risk of any planes hitting power lines. Perfect. So we got water and power. But there's one thing, guys. There's one thing that's lacking in this city. And that's, what is it actually? What's it called? Tourism specialization. I don't think there's any tourism specializations anywhere else in the city. I might be missing something. I just glanced over the map real quick, and I don't think anybody has plopped down some actual like tourism specialization commercial anywhere on the map. Now I breezed through everybody's videos, and I think I'm fully up to date on what everybody's built, but sometimes you just skip over some of those little details. So what I want to do is, we're lacking hotels in the city, and of course every airport has a nice collection of airports around it. So the city of collaboration is no exception. So I'm going to create a nice zone here that encompasses the entire airport. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this into a leisure or a tourism specialty area. And this is the airport zone. So let's call this Collaboration International Airport. Boom. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and apply, our tourism specialty to this zone. Boom. Now this is actually something that I do fairly often. Oh, I didn't provide power to our cargo station. There we go. Almost, oh, of course. I just noticed that while I was talking there. So yeah, now if I build some high density commercial zones over here, then we're gonna get some hotels that are gonna start plopping up. Maybe I should provide a little road off to the side here though. Oh, why is this in the underground view? Maybe off to the side like that, and then like this maybe? And there we go. So let's have some small and large density commercial. All right, so it looks like cargo goes in at the right place. I'm kind of happy about that. That's gonna alleviate a lot of traffic. And they come out right on the other side. Okay, that's perfect. I was worried that they were all gonna like spawn out of here maybe, so that would create a giant bottleneck along this road, but this is perfect. And traffic is only gonna go this way here because I have this one-way road set up there. So that's perfect. Oh, and look at that. We already have a couple hotels, guys. Wow. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, so the airport. How is it looking in its current state? I feel like it should have another runway, though. We have two perpendicular, or two parallel runways. Maybe I should have another runway parallel to this one. And what I'm thinking about here is a... we should have an aviation club too, guys. I could set it up so it's parallel to this runway. And then we'd have 4 runways and we'd have everything we need to have a complete airport. So in order to do that, I'm gonna run a road perpendicular to this runway. Just run it along here. And then when I go to place down whatever this is, when I go to place down the aviation club, ooh, it looks like this is gonna be awful tight though. Here, let me fix that. Let's just have another road somewhere over here, I guess. And I'll remove this stretch of road just so it's not in the way. And then... how's that? That's not bad. I mean, of course I'm gonna have to move the power lines. That's not too bad. Yeah, let's have that. All right. So let's fix this up. I'm gonna get rid of this stretch of road. I'm gonna keep this stretch of road up to here, because after that it's not really necessary. And then I'm just gonna connect it up to the highway. Now for power lines, this is gonna complicate things a little bit. Not too much though. Okay, let me pause the game. I think I know what I'm gonna do here. It's really simple. I'm just gonna get rid of all of this. And instead, I'm just gonna run a direct power line directly to this. And that does not interfere at all with this runway. You know, planes should have plenty of altitude once they're over the power lines. That's perfect. Oh, but of course we need to provide power to this building over here though. Just like that. And this is actually going to promote tourism too, you guys. This is going to attract some people to the airport and to the area. Oh crap. I almost forgot. Sometimes I'm dumb, guys. I don't pay attention there. Boom, you guys all have power again. But yeah, we have an awful collection of hotels. I mean, usually there's like 1 or 2 large hotels per airport, and here we have like 10 to choose from. But yeah. Oh yeah, and of course, oh, perfect. How perfect is that? Well, no, that's not perfect. I was gonna say that's awesome that we have water just like that, but nope, this is not the best case scenario. This should be under the road. Like that. That's better. Now, actually, do we have custom taxiways? Oh, awesome, we do. Airplane taxiway. Perfect, because now I can connect this up to the rest of the airport. Now, this is purely for looks. This does not serve any real purpose. But it looks cool. Oh, well, maybe it doesn't look that cool. Can I lower this? Okay. If I lower it, does it screw up the terrain? Doesn't look like it does. But yeah, guys, this is purely for aesthetics. Don't worry about that. This doesn't really do anything. But it looks cool, because at least now this looks like it's part of the same airport. Now, I'm going to go one step further. I just thought of something. I'm going to pause the game real quick. And I think you guys probably already know what I'm talking about. Okay, no, there's no incline at this point. I want to put a taxiway that's going to connect all of this together, but oof, that's going to be challenging because I almost forgot, because this building has a rail connection. That's a bit of a problem. I wanted to connect all of this up with an underground I wanted to connect this portion of the airport up with the rest of it, but I don't know if that's going to be possible just because of this rail line. Is there any way that I connect this up to another rail? I don't know, everything's pretty far away. It'd be kind of, let's try to do something here. Let's just give this a try. So if I take my taxiway and bring it over. Now again, guys, this is pure, like, this does not serve anything, any purpose, except looking pretty neat. But let's lower this into the ground. I don't know how many meters this is, but looks like it's probably low enough to have a tunnel. I feel like this is necessary though, you know, you wouldn't have like 2 separate airports running one beside another. So I'm thinking that this is a necessary step. So we'll go into tunnel mode. This might not be deep enough though. I don't know, we'll see here in a second. Looks like it's not, but not a problem, guys. I'm just gonna select everything here and just lower this a bit further. And then let's space this out so we can at least have enough room for our taxiway. Man, this is gonna look so cool. I've never actually done this before. Not even in any of my series. Wow, that's cool. All right. Actually, no, I'm not gonna have that curve going through this. I wanna maximize the amount of room I have for the rail that's gonna come out, because that's gonna have to go like right into tunnel mode right from the get-go. But actually, I can go a step further and maybe just nudge the airport maybe 2 squares that way. Yep, that still works perfectly. And at least I gain a little bit of room for the train here, because this is going to go directly into tunnel mode as I connect this up to the airport, just like that. I don't know, it's not the best looking thing. Here, I think I'm gonna reorganize this. Yeah, it should be a straight connection like that. Boom, and boom. Well guys, we have the airport pretty much all set up, but the last thing that I want to do now is just connect the cargo airport to the rail network. All right, you know, we got to make use of this rail connection here. Now this might be a little unrealistic, but I'm gonna have to connect this up, bring this into tunnel mode. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. Oh my god, I don't have a lot of room here. I might have to create some sort of like weird loop here, because I don't think I'm gonna do any better than this. Unless if I bring this, yeah, no, that's already pretty terrible. Okay. What I'm gonna have to do here is bring this taxiway out farther, maybe like this far. That should probably do the trick. And I'm gonna make this go the right way just so we don't have any like weird things popping up. Not ideal, but it works. Okay, so let's go into our rail menu. Bring this down to 9 meters. I think that's the minimum required to make a tunnel. And let's make a tunnel. Boom. Oh yeah, that works. That's not too bad. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do now is come out of tunnel mode and go up to back to the surface. Okay, and then we're actually gonna have to go into bridge mode, but this is not really a problem because we already have a slope here. So this is actually perfect. And I want to bring this up to 12 meters. Yeah, it's probably gonna end up higher than that, but oh no, maybe not. Maybe I can slope this down nice and smooth to about 12 meters. Okay. And then we're gonna go into bridge mode. Why am I like constantly in the underground view? How do I fix that? Oh, I was in the traffic menu for whatever reason. All right, there we are. And we'll have this bridge going across like so. I'm gonna have to fix the pillars. And I'm gonna have to be careful here, guys. All right, let me explain. So Biffa, oh yeah, I gotta fix up this little piece of highway here. There, that works. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to be careful here because Biffa organized our rail network that was suffering from some pretty harsh traffic issues, and he's separated the passenger rail network with the freight rail network. So I'm gonna have to connect to the freight rail network. And yeah, just be careful not to get those two mixed up, because that would be pretty chaotic. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad, but still. All right, so let's bring this out a little farther. Maybe about this far. And then we're gonna bring this back down to ground level. Oh, well that didn't really do what I wanted it to do, but whatever. And then we're gonna loop this around. And then I want a long piece of track that'll come up like this, just to prevent any bottlenecking. And then we can go ahead and connect to this track. And then I want to do the same thing over here. But I don't really think like there, I can just directly connect it up like this. That's perfect. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly fix this up. Hopefully nobody was planning on doing anything with this agriculture land though. If so, I took up like half of it with this one piece of rail here. But that's okay. But at least now we have a great connection with the rest of the map. Now, I'm debating, should I place down like a train station maybe around here? I'm thinking it might not be necessary really, but... Alright, so now what I need to do is provide some public transport to the airport. I didn't want to provide any rail access because that would just make things too crammed, and I would have had to place down some sort of train station, and it's not really the most efficient way to get people to the airport from, say, like, you know, here. But what we can do, and this is actually going to be really simple. We have an inner city bus depot over here that we can take advantage of. And let's just create a new bus line. Oh, wait a minute, can I not? It's a bus hub. Oh, I thought I was able to like place down a line along here, but okay. Now let's just have this going directly to the airport. One stop. It's basically a shuttle that goes to and from the airport. Plop this down like that. Now if we go into our line overview, I think, which line is this anyway? It'd probably be the last one, I'm assuming. Yeah, it must be this. So let's go airport line. There we go. So we have two stops. One right downtown in, what's this place called again? Herkimer. Right downtown Herkimer, all the way to the airport. So basically providing access to the middle of the map. And then from there, I mean, passengers can go pretty much anywhere. We have a nice rail network and stuff now. So there we go, guys. With this brand new airport that we have, we're going to be able to handle the needs of all the travelers that are going to be coming into Collaboration City now. This is going to be no match for the thousands of passengers coming in and out of town. So guys, that is going to be it for this episode. It's a fairly long episode. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and please check out all of the other channels who are participating in this series as well. Subscribe to them. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And until the next episode, take care, guys.